What is going on, guys? On this episode of Phenomenal White Toes, I want to take you through the process, step by step, on how to make you a homemade scent bomb that actually works. Now, I do want to mention that I have not tried this myself, but I came across some material that I know will work for a scent bomb, and we all know scent bombs can, they can vary from prices, and they can get really expensive if you're not looking out for the right ones. What scent bombs are little containers you hang from a tree. They got a piece of cotton on the inside of them that are whatever of your variety of scent, your choice of scent you put in there, and whatever scent you put in there, it smells and it draws deer in. I've been using scent bombs kind of every other year. I don't use them every year, but when I'm trying to play the odds in my favor, I do use them. And this year I decided to make my own, and I'm going to share with you the kind that I decided to make, and how I decided to make it. Now, like I said, I haven't used these yet, but just the way it's held together and just the way it works, I know for a fact it's gonna work. So stay tuned, and I'm gonna take you step by step. Now, for this scent bomb, what you're gonna need is an old pill container. This is a over-the-counter drug. Got this from dollar store. It's not, like a prescribed drug or nothing like that. This is it came with like some junior chewable medicine or something like that. Ripped off the label and did what it had to do, just because copyright claims are getting out of control these days. But just get you a plastic container. It can be any container. Pill containers are the right size though, and you can drop it like that. But what you're gonna need is some kind of glue. I got Gorilla Glue for this video, but you're gonna need some kind of glue, and it's gonna play a big role in making this. So another thing you're gonna need is cotton balls. Kind of pull it apart like that. Just kind of don't rip it, but make a long strand of it. We're gonna set that to the side and open this Gorilla Glue. I prefer super glue for anything like this, but Gorilla Glue works too. It's made for wood, but we're not using anything that strong today. And we're just going to put a drop of it in. Just a drop, right in the center. A little too much. We just put it right in the center. This stuff does dry fast. And we're just going to kind of take it and push the bottom down. We're going to let that dry for a minute. This stuff does dry fast, like I said, so while that's drying, we're going to get a few other things ready. Now, like I said, scent bombs is your scent of choice. You can use any scent in them. In the past, I've used doe estrus, I've used buck scent, I've used all kinds of mini scents. And like I said, I haven't used them. I don't use them every year. I just use them when I'm trying to play the odds in my favor. And last year, we went all year without using any kind of scent except that Evercom stuff I did a review on, because that stuff was playing a big role. It was real easy to use, but we didn't make no mock scrapes. We didn't do anything. This year, we got a mock scrape out. We got scents out. We got everything. We're playing the odds in our favor because this year we actually found a few nice hitless bucks on our property, and we're trying to get them. And so far so good. They are traveling in the daylight. But it's pre-rut right now, so that's why I'm starting to get scents together, because scents always play a big role during a pre-rut. Now, another thing you can do, this cotton, you can see it's not that big. It's not that much. So you can, if you need to, take another one and just don't strand it out too much. That one I kind of ripped. I got a few of them here. Just a little bit. Forget it. We're just going to use what's in here. That should be about dry. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the lid. We're going to take the lid now and we're going to take some tape. Got some duct tape here. Now, I prefer camo tape, or black tape is what I prefer. If you are going to make these, I'd rather use something that looks more natural out in the woods. The gray doesn't really look natural, but it's better than white. So, take a little bit of tape, and we're just going to cover up all the white parts. Doesn't have to be the best. Take the lid. Like I said, doesn't have to be the best. We're not going to go inside the lid or nothing like that. We're just going to do like the top of the lid, maybe a little bit on the sides, just where the most white is showing. Take a little strand. We're going to go on the sides. If you do remember, when I first started making hunting videos, this was a long time ago. I wasn't really making hunting videos. I was making kind of a tip about hunting here and there. I did do a video on how to make something like this, and I actually ended up deleting it because it had like 8 views in 3 months. That's back when my channel wasn't doing too good. But if you're looking to make a YouTube channel, my channel itself, I think, proves to you that as long as you try, you can get somewhere. I remember making a video and it might only get 8 views in 5 months. I've had videos like that before. So if you go to my a lot of my earlier videos I've actually deleted because in like 3 years they've only had 2 views. And that's not a lie. So my channel's starting to do better, and I thank you guys for that. But you can make a YouTube about anything you want to do as long as you actually put the time and effort. So we're going to take another strand of tape and just fill in the spots that I missed. Fold it down. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. The deer is not going to run away if it sees the tape isn't even. So you see, I'm not doing it on the inside because that will make it kind of hard. It has threads right here, and I don't want to do it. But we're also going to put tape on the outside of this while we're still waiting on that to dry. And this is kind of easy. Just going to take a strand, and we're just going to roll it. Like I said, doesn't have to be perfect. It has threads right here, so we're not going to do that, but we are going to do the bottom. A better option, if you want to do it, is spray paint. Spray paint be much easier. You can paint over the threads and all that crap, all that good stuff. Nice and easily done. Still has the threads to screw on. Now what we're gonna do, take some more of that Gorilla Glue. We're going to kind of push that down just a little bit. We only need a little bit showing. Keep the tape on the side. That tape's going to come in handy in a minute because I forgot to do something and just I taped a little bit too early. So we're going to have to go over the thing again. So keep the tape on the side. Put a little bit of glue right in the dead center on the inside of the lid. Looks like that. And then we're not even going to thread it down. We're just going to let it sit there. We might thread it a little bit, but we don't want the whole thing to glue and we're gonna cut this video and let that dry for a few seconds. It takes quick to dry, and while the video is cut, I'm gonna get everything else we need together, and stay tuned. Alright guys, so we got this glued down. The top is dry, the bottom is dry, so it has a tight seal. That's one thing I like about these medicine jars or medicine containers, is you gotta push down to open it. So they have a tight seal. They'll keep the scent from getting out. When you open it, it just hangs like that, and you can set it up in a tree or set it on the ground, let the scent come out, and you might have to rechange some of these cotton swabs every so often. But we're about to show you, instead of sitting it on the ground, I'm going to show you an easy way that I found to hang it on a tree. What you want to do is find a clothes hanger. You can find a plastic clothes hanger, metal clothes hanger, and just take the top off, the thing that hangs. I prefer plastic because they're kind of stiffer, they're stronger. The metal ones would work, I assume will work, but they bend really easy. And what you're going to want to do is glue it on the side like that, so you can just hang it on a tree. And we're going to do that right now. So we're just going to take just a little bit of it. Like I said, this stuff dries really easy, and don't want to get this glue on you. No matter what kind of glue you're using, especially if you're using Gorilla or Super Glue. We're gonna get this to stay. And I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, so the clothes hanger piece is dry. There's a few parts I did to it to make it stick. The glue wasn't really drying as quick as I wanted it to. It's fairly dry now. My hands kept slipping. I couldn't hold it down real good. So once it got to the point where it wasn't really moving, I took 2 zip ties and I zipped one closer to the top of it and one closer to the bottom of it to kind of hold it and make it, let it dry a little bit easier without me having to put my force with my hand. I also took a little bit more duct tape and I taped around the bottom of it, and I did that because the glue was sticking easier to the tape. Tape and tape contact, the plastic kept sliding all over the place. So I taped some tape around it and then put some glue on it. I also, instead of making an angle facing outward, I made it kind of facing sideways, so I can, if I wanted to put it in my pocket a little bit easier, I can, and I can still hook it on a limb. It's not, going out like that direction. But we're going to take some tape, and we're going to tape over this zip ties and stuff, and that's also, it's going to hide the zip ties and stuff like that, and it's also going to put all this excess glue that's still around the clothes hanger. It's going to keep it from sticking onto my bag or whatever I'm putting this in. It is going to look kind of bulky because we have the zip ties, but we're just going to squeeze that all down. Like I said, it doesn't have to look perfect. The deer is not going to run away if it sees a big ball of duct tape hanging there, but it's just going to hide the white zip ties, and it's going to keep the glue from getting all over the place. So you can hang it on stuff. Like if I want, it's either the wire right here, I can hang it. I'm hoping you guys can see that. If not, there's another wire right here. I can hang it. I can still open and close the lid, and it hangs. So, keeps the scent in there. Like I said, you might have to make quite a bit of these, or you might just want to switch push the cotton swab out every so often. You know, the cotton actually sticks good to the glue, so it's not that hard to glue that stuff, but it is pretty hard to glue this. If you didn't want to take a clothes hanger and go through all that trouble to make it a little bit easier to hang, you can also use rubber bands. Just rubber band it to a limb off a tree or something. But I found this quite easier. Like I said, I haven't used these before. I made stuff like it that I've used in the past, but I've never made anything like quite like this. But I have made homemade scent bombs before, and they work. And you can put, you know, your choice of scent in here, and whatever you want. And if you decide to, you can, you know, put more duct tape over here. Like I said, if I was I just made this for demonstrational purposes, but I'd rather have black or camouflage duct tape. And then, like, if you say you put some dough estrus for your scent on the inside, you could also take some of that Evercom I did a review on and rub on the outside. It might give you a little bit more, increase your chances a little bit. And they also have a running buck stick you can rub on the outside. So there's different options that you can do with this scent bomb that I showed you guys how to make. And I know I stuttered a little bit in this video, and I do apologize for that. But this does, you know, like I said, I can't say it really does work, but I've used homemade scent bombs in the past, and they've worked like a charm. The only difference between this one and the one I've used in the past is that I wrapped it with duct tape, and instead of using rubber bands, I actually designed something to hang it on. But the cotton ball and the pill bottle and stuff like that has worked. But that's why I came up with the idea of doing it with duct tape, because, you know, looking back in the past, it was just a white bottle, and that might spook the deer a little bit. But guys, hope you like this video. You can hang it, take the lid off, and hang it with your scent. So hope you like this video. If you find it to work for you, share it with your friends. Let me know in the comments good feedback if it works for you. And if you have a deer coming up and sniffing this, and, you know, maybe set a camera beside it or so, because I usually keep them out over a long period of time, especially on private property. You know, let me know what it does for you. But that's the end of the video, guys. Hope you like it, and thank you for joining Phenomenal Whitetail.